We are dear friends, nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. Pretend divided us during colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Naturally, we endowed educationally, we are loaded. Mentally, we can check our road. Mbanoga kelele, mama and papa can go see the fighting because kelele, anywhere you from, around the world. Mbanoga kelele, come and see who we are because kelele, Nemboa, Janoga kelele, you are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. It's a bono you anywhere you from, around the world. Come and see who we are. You are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. Biafra, everybody see you are welcome.
Please share the broadcast as you join. Share and like. Share on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to those who are related to you. Share on your WhatsApp group. Any place you belong, share. Immaculata Eze, thank you so much for joining Immaculata. You're welcome.
We are dear friends. We believe in quality education. We can be partners.
You're welcome.
If you're ready for innovation,
share the video on your platform, in your WhatsApp group.
And of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Abiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable Zoological Republic are set free. Chineke na jepuru mi hele Chukwukika Abiyama ile fuwe na ja hanso ya mambe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngozi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe enye anyị ndụ ala gịnị ndị were n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ikere ịnọ n'ọgbadịrị aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọgụ gị na-asị gị na nke ọma ma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye na Chineke na ihe ikpere anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye na Chineke na nke dị igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mbọ bụ ebe niile dị iche iche onye na Chineke nna ihe bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọbụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na otuto na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ma ruo n'ebighị. Ise ise ise
ise. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for connecting wherever you are connecting from. I appreciate you for joining me any place you are joining this broadcast from. I say may Chukwukika Abiyama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and give you strength as you join. I appreciate everybody who has connected to this broadcast. I thank you so much. I thank you, and I thank you once again. I appreciate your effort. I appreciate your support. Willie Etim from Calabar. I appreciate you, Willie. Willie Etim from Calabar. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you and I welcome you to the broadcast as you have joined. Thank you so much. You are joining all the way from Biafra land. All the way from Biafra land, Willie. I appreciate you and I thank you so much for joining. Please share the broadcast on your own platform. Share the broadcast to family and friends. Share it in any WhatsApp group you belong, any place you belong. Share the broadcast. That is what you have to do to make sure that we get to everybody. As you are sharing, you like Amechi James. Thank you so much, Amechi Jonas. Thank you so much, Amechi. I appreciate you, Amechi. Thank you for joining. Please share. Judith Nkechi. Thank you, Judith. I appreciate you, Judith. Thank you so much for joining. It's amazing. You are always here supporting in all my broadcasts, and every one of you is encouraging me to go on. We are encouraging each other, standing shoulder to shoulder to make sure that our information goes far. I appreciate every one of you, both those who are typing and those who did not type, those who write and those who write. Those I mentioned their name, those I did not mention their name. I say, may Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect every one of you. Josephine Wosu, thank you so much, Josephine. I appreciate you, Josephine. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining. Please, as you join, share the program in your platform, any platform you belong to, any WhatsApp group you belong to family and friends. Share so that they can hear us. Jenny Ann, thank you so much for joining, Jenny. I appreciate you, Jenny. Thank you so much for joining. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. This is a race that belongs to you and I. It is our battle. We are not fighting for someone else. You are fighting the battle for yourself. I am fighting for myself. It is our redemption and nobody's redemption. And it is Chukwu Okike who has given us the strength to be alive up to today. He has a reason why he did that. Chukwu Okike has a reason why he placed us where we are. Those of us who are in Biafra land, Chukwu Okike know why he allowed you to remain in Biafra land up to this time. Those of us who are abroad, Chukwu Okike knows why he sent you abroad for a purpose. Today is the time for you to think and know, why did Chukwu Okike put you where you are? Why? Why did he allow you to stay the place you are? And today, whatever reason that made Chukwu Okike the place where you are, you have to activate it, and the time is now. You can see from all the look of things, from everything that is happening, it is clear that the Zoological Republic has opened the gate of hell. The Zoological Republic have opened the gate of hell against themselves. They have opened the gate of hell against themselves. And as you can see, every legitimate Biafran, every sincere Biafran can see what is happening on the ground. Wotowoto, all the way. It is not our intention that it should be that way, but since that is what they have chosen, so be it. Willie Teams, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Andy, thank you so much for joining. We will continue. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter the angle they are coming. It doesn't matter if the people are genuine or not, if they want to follow us in the pursuit of Biafra or not. Their distraction, their abuse, their cause, and whatever it is not our business. The only thing that concerns you and I today is our freedom. It's our freedom. And it is not something wrong for someone to demand for his or her freedom. It's not wrong. There is nothing wrong for a human being, a normal human being whose sense is complete. There is nothing wrong in you demanding for your freedom. Even when you give birth to a child, your child will grow from the time you are feeding that child. A time will come when your child will grow up and your child will decide to live on his or her own. If it is a lady, she will get married and move on with her husband. If it's a man, he will have his own home and build a family of his. That is how life works. Namde, thank you so much for joining. That's how life works. And you cannot change it. You cannot change it. That is how life works. That is how life works. You can't change it. So that is why even with the corruption of the United Nations, they realize that it is the right thing to do. They realize that people have the right to take their freedom. People have the right to demand for self-determination. That is why self-determination is the right of every human being living on the planet Earth. International law supports it. African charter law supports it. Nigerian law itself supports self-determination. I continue to repeat this in every of my broadcasts so that you will know that you are standing on a firm ground. You are standing on a strong argument. As you are a Biafran, a legitimate and sincere Biafran, demanding for your freedom, you are standing on a legitimate ground. Don't allow anything to shake you. Do not allow anything to move. It doesn't matter what anybody does. Don't allow them to move you. They are going to come with different blackmails. They are going to threaten you, to tell you one story or the other. Some will tell you that they will be called a terrorist. That is one of the simplest way they used to confuse some people who are genuinely fighting for Biafra. They will tell you that they will name you a terrorist. Prince Emeka, thank you for joining. That they're going to name you a terrorist. That when they name you a terrorist, that you're not going to perform anymore. Jude Mosu, thank you so much for joining. That they will name you a terrorist. And when they name you a terrorist, that they're going to take you out. Let me tell you, if you think that your enemy will give you a good name, think again. Calling you a terrorist doesn't make sense. It doesn't have sense. Just like as we are today, you know already as you are watching us, watching the video, the terrorist Zoological Republic have called us terrorists. The Zoological Republic have called us terrorists. But the whole world know that we are not. The whole world, they know what we are fighting for. And for this long that we have waited for them to act, for this long that we have waited for them, for this long that we have followed them gently, and only requesting and protesting all over the world, for this long that we have waited, they know very well that we are pursuing a genuine cause. And no sane country will endorse calling the IPOB, the original autopiloted IPOB by Chukwu Kabiama, to call them terrorists. It doesn't exist anywhere. It can never happen. It can never happen. If anybody decides to wake up to use such kind of phrase to describe us, it is his own business. That doesn't change who we are. It doesn't make us a terrorist. That somebody called you a terrorist doesn't mean you are a terrorist. Let me remind you again. In South Africa, the Mandela that everybody is celebrating today, when Mandela was fighting for the freedom of the people, they called him a terrorist. He was called a terrorist. ANC that fought for their independence was called a terrorist organization. They were called a terrorist by the British. The British framed them and called them a terrorist. It didn't stop there. There are even Martin Luther King that fought for the equality in the United States. Martin Luther King that stood against the oppression of the blacks in the United States. They called him a terrorist. At a point in time, the United States government began to describe him as a terrorist. United States government, with some of their group, begin to look at Martin Luther King as a terrorist. But how did he end up? Does that make him a terrorist? That doesn't make him a terrorist. And eventually he got what he wanted. Calling Mandela a terrorist, does that make him a terrorist? It doesn't make him a terrorist. Today he's celebrated all over the world. Including Gandhi, that will look at somebody who was peaceful. Gandhi was described as a terrorist by the British also. There are so many examples, many activists that have fought for their freedom. Many activists that fought, that is the easiest language they use for them. That is the easiest language the oppressor used for them in order to subdue them. But those who know what they are looking for, they know that their life and their freedom worth more than anything. In freedom fighting, the only measure for you to determine what you do is your conscience. Only your conscience will tell you what you are doing. You don't need approval of anybody. In fighting for your freedom, you do not need any approval from anybody. You don't need any endorsement from anybody. Your soul, your heart, your conscience will endorse it. As long as you are pursuing a right cause for you and your people, a right cause to save a life, not to destroy a life, a right cause to maintain law and order. Fear not. Let the enemy call you whatever they wish to call. Don't fear. Today, you see the Zoological Republic, they have opened the gate of hell and they will face it. They are going to face it. This time is not 1966. It can never be like the former Civil War. It can never be. It can never be. No matter how they try, it can never be. Biafrans have grown. We have grown. We are intelligent. We have seen it all. We have passed through all manner of degradation, all manner of dehumanization, all manner of attack, killing and suffering and hunger. We have tested it all. And there is no amount of, there is nothing they will bring upon us today that we cannot be able to defend. I assure you that. Nothing will be brought upon Biafran people today that we can be able to defend. And let me tell you, if anybody in his or her dream is telling you that they are going to conduct media blockade to block us, and they'll begin to massacre us, people will not hear. It cannot happen again. If anybody is telling you that they're going to block the borders, block Libya, they're going to block food and food is not going to enter, it is not going to happen again. In 21st century, there is no blockade that the Zoological Republic can be able to implement in Biafra land. They cannot. The Zoological Republic cannot implement any blockade against Biafra. Not again. Never. Not again. They cannot. Blockade in the sea, in the air, they cannot try it. Instead, it is we, the Biafrans. When the time comes, there is going to be no fly zone in Biafra land. You know, now they are very good in bringing their jets. Now, every little thing they run and bring their jets. You see their jet flying over Biafra land. Share the video and like. Please like the video and share. Invite people. Like the video and share. Every single minute, you see them running from pillar to pole to bring their jets to threaten Biafra people. A time is coming. And very, very soon, there will be a no-fly zone in Biafra land. And the Biafran people will enforce it. You know, sometimes when we say something, and people laugh. What did they have? Who is going to sponsor it? Who is going to do it? But let me tell you, if you are a Biafran and you are taken in that manner, simply because you have refused to sponsor the ESN, Chukwu Okike Abiyama is raising people to do that. If you are a Biafran and you have refused to write your name in gold, you are still busy. You are still busy using your money to go and take title. You are still busy using your money to oppress people. You are still busy using your money to buy stolen goods. You are still busy using your money to occupy land and buy land of the poor. If that is what you are doing, think again. And because of that, you think that Biafra is not going. Biafra is going to come. Biafra is going to come. And the widow's mind that the Biafrans are connecting everywhere is going to give us Biafra. Let me tell you. You see, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who started this through, whose foundation we are building on, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet, and everything he has said has come to pass. It is because of him that I believe every single thing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is saying today. They are what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have said in the past. And you can't change it. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, when the situation becomes so terrible, when the saboteurs, the sabotaging becomes so terrible, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu voiced out and he said, if you refuse to sponsor or fund Biafra, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will do him by himself. He went for them to say that the coming of Biafra is going to come in such a way that no human being will take the glory. Biafra is going to come in such a way that nobody is going to take the glory and say it is because of me, it is because of what I did, it's because of what I volunteered. No, it is going to come, as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, the last miracle on the planet Earth, and it's going to happen. All you got to do is to watch the time. Open your ears and listen. Share information. At the time that we are, share every single information that is at your reach. Share it. Every single information, no matter how little, it is important. Today, pay attention to the autopiloted IPOB. The original IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazen Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If you're on this track, you're on the right track, you're good to go. You are good to go, no shaking. No shake, you are good to go. Since the Zoological Republic have opened the gate of hell, and they are receiving it Wotowoto. As I always say in my program, it is not our wish that any innocent person should lose his or her life. It is not our desire that any innocent person should lose his or her life, regardless your tribe, your religion, your location, whoever you might be. It is not our desire that any innocent person should lose his life, because we know the value of life and we appreciate every life. But whereby you volunteer yourself as an instrument in the hand of the enemy to subdue the Biafrans and to take the life of Biafran, whereby you allow yourself to be used as an instrument to continue to enslave the Biafran people, whatever happened to you, you are going to be responsible for your own sin. Your blood will be upon your head. Nobody will be held accountable for your blood. You are going to account for your blood because Mazen Nandekan have made it clear, and the Biafrans have agreed that whatever you do, fight, destroy the life of Biafra, we are going to send you to God for judgment. Only Chukwuka will judge you, not us. We won't judge you. If you present yourself as a barrier, you present yourself as a hindrance, you present yourself as an attacker, you present yourself as a stumbling block against the struggle, against Biafra people, they use you as an instrument to subdue Biafra. It doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter where you belong, it doesn't matter, even if you are an Igbo Biafran, it doesn't mean anything to us. We are going to send you to God, and God will judge you. That is where we are. The gate of hell has been opened in the Zoological Republic. It has been opened. They have opened the gate of hell. And our Sulaiman said, nothing must happen. Nothing will happen to Mazen Nandekan. Nothing. That is why everything we are going to double it and intensify. And as the day goes by, you are going to be seeing things increasing. We will increase the volume. As the day goes by, we increase the volume. For a very long time, Biafrans have been crying. Biafrans have been massacred. For a very long time, all we do is to complain, cry. We have cried and cried and cried and cried until we lost tears. We have cried and cried. The more we cry and complain, the more they kill us. The more we cry and complain, the more they bomb us. They went to the extent of using jets through our governors to begin to bomb people. They went to destroy our businesses. They destroyed businesses and houses, homes where people are living. They wanted to render the people useless completely. They have destroyed Biafra land, destroyed the economy. They made the place unbearable for people to stay. Insecurity have become the order of the day. They have employed, since they saw that the Fulani foot soldiers cannot be able to penetrate Biafra land because of the ESN on the ground. Because of our formidable ESN on the ground, the Fulani foot soldiers could not be able to penetrate Biafra land. What did they do? They used the government apparatus. They used the government apparatus, gave them uniform, and pushed them to Biafra land. And they came to Biafra land and made it alive Biafra land. The most peaceful zone in that Zoological Republic, Biafra land. But today, they have made it, they have opened the gate of hell in Biafra land. And that hell is going to burn them. That gate of hell they open, it is going to consume them and burn them to ashes. This is exactly what is going to happen. And it has started happening. It has started. All you get to do is to pay attention. Our concern today is our legitimate and peaceful Biafrans. Sincere Biafrans, those are our concern. You must pay attention to every information because we are in a critical moment. We are in a critical time, a very sensitive time, and you must be security conscious as long as you're in Biafra land. If you are watching from Biafra land, if you're not in Biafra land, try as much as possible to send videos of what is going on to your families in Biafra land and tell them the situation of things. It is not a joke. It is not time to play. It is not time to gossip. It is not time to look at your brother. Today, our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, made it clear and very clear to everyone that we are moving and there's no going back. We are forging ahead, facing our enemy head on. Facing our enemy head on. We are not fighting individuals. We are not fighting our brothers. Even though we have differences, we are going to settle it when we come back. But the day that we are in today, the gate of hell has been opened. And in that gate of hell, we are going to cover that gate of hell with the Zoological Republic force. They opened it and they are going to be used to cover it. It is not our wish. We didn't choose this path. Just like during the Civil War. Just like during the Biafra War, Ojukwu, our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, tried everything possible, every political means to settle the issue, but yet the people refused. Please like this video. As you are watching, click like. Everyone that's watching, click like. When you are liking the video, you are equally inviting people to join us so that we can have enough people to get the information and also spread it out. Information is key at this particular point in time. Please like the video as you are watching. Try as much as click like. It won't cost you anything. Click like. When you like, you are inviting other people. It will attract attention also. Thank you so much. As I was saying, our eternal leader, Dim Odimegwu, our eternal leader, he gave them an open letter. He gave them an open hand. Any political way to solve the problem, to make sure there is no war. But did they listen? They never listened. They never listened. Instead of them accepting that political way, what did they do? They brought war upon us. And they killed almost 5 million Biafrans. Not even in the war front. They starved many to death. Many were just massacred, like a massacre, in cold blood. Because we asked them for political solution. That option was given to them and they refused. And in our generation, we have exhausted all means of discussion have been exhausted. Mazen Nanekano made it clear to the whole world that we have crossed the Rubicon. When he was interviewed in the Zoological Republic, he told their press that we have crossed the Rubicon. The only option that remains now is referendum. And referendum we must get. The only option on the ground is referendum. And referendum we must get. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how they want to go about it. For us, we are already in that referendum. As you can see, even today being Monday, a referendum happened in Nigeria. A referendum happened in Biafra land. Every Monday, we continue to conduct that referendum every Monday, and the whole world is watching. We have continued to conduct that referendum every Monday, and the whole world is watching, including the politicians. They are involved. They are voting for out in Biafra land. Including the politicians, they are joining and they are voting yes to get out of the Biafra land, but only that they are cowards. These are a bunch of cowards who cannot stand up and speak like men. Mazen Nandekan, even in the presence of the enemy, told them to their face that Biafra will come and you can't jail him. He told the enemy to their face. But the people who claim to be political leaders, because they want to continue to become relevant, continue to be relevant in their criminality. They want to continue to be relevant in their criminality, in their evil. They want to continue to be seen as relevant in the evil that they are performing. They don't want to open up and speak. But the referendum that we conduct every Monday, they are part of it. The governors are sitting at home. The governors are sitting at home. Every one of them in Biafra land, all the politicians, they are sitting at home on Monday. That is an endorsement, a referendum. Even though they deny it out of fear, because of their belly, what they will eat, because they just want to be relevant. But are we going to stop? We can never, ever, ever stop. We can't stop. We have crossed the Rubicon. We have gotten to the land of no return. And we are moving forward. The only thing that can save you, if you are a Biafran, the only thing that can save you, do not stand against Biafra. If you don't want to participate, you don't want to join, there is no problem. If you don't want to join the struggle, I say it and I say it. If you don't want to join the struggle, it is not compulsory. There is no time we are expecting 100% compliance. We are not expecting that. Already, we have formidable men, more than enough. We have more than enough men on the ground, volunteers who have given their life to make sure that Biafra comes. More than enough men. So, if you feel that you do not want to participate, keep your mouth shut and stay out of it. Keep your mouth shut and stay out of it. But when you become a hindrance, when you pose as a hindrance, you are not hot, you are not cold, you stand in between, you don't want to go in and you don't want to come out. Let me tell you, we are going to crush you with no apology, and your blood will be upon your head. We are going to crush you, and whatever happens to you, it will be upon your head. Nobody will be held responsible because you have chosen the suicide direction. And when you choose suicide, it is your choice, not our choice. It is your choice. Then we send you to God to go and explain. It is only God that will judge you. We will not judge you. We send you to God to judge you. Biafran struggle have gotten to a stage where everybody has to wake up. Every single one of us. Nobody need to preach to you. If you are genuinely a Biafra, the state we are today, you have to know that Biafra is coming in 2023. It is coming. It is coming. You know, for a very long time, you see, sometimes I don't blame people who thinks it's a joke. Because for a very long time, some clowns who have surrounded Mazen Nandekan have been making the Biafran struggle as a joke. For a very long time, some people, even on their media, has been making the Biafran struggle a joke. They use it as a business. They use it for propaganda. So if certain people don't believe because they were not paying attention, I don't blame them. But for those of us who had the message from the right source, if you're one of those who has been paying attention to Mazen Nandekano and what he says, you can't be distracted. If you have not been listening, go back and visit his messages. And today, pay attention to Aurora Simon Ekpa. When you listen to Aurora Simon Ekpa, you will have a reason. You have a reason to pursue the cause of your people. And this message is for even our Oduduwa brothers. Our Oduduwa brothers, there is no more time to talk about anything politics in Nigeria. There's no time for that. The time for that argument have gone. The time for that agreement have gone. Anything that has to do with politics, stay away from it. Stay away from politics. The politics of Nigeria cannot give you security. The politics of Nigeria cannot give you safety. The politics of Nigeria cannot give you development. The politics of Nigeria cannot increase you. The politics of Nigeria cannot keep you safe. The politics of Nigeria cannot make you relevant. And it will never, ever make you rich. Go and check. Check those who have sold their people in the past. Where are they today? Check all the criminals, all the political criminals that have sold their people. Where are they today? Where are they? Every politician that have had in hand in selling his own people, where did they end up? But obviously, they never learn from their mistake. They never learn. They never learn. They continue to make the same mistake over and over again. But for we Biafrans, in this generation, we are going to end it. We are going to end it. We are ending it in this generation. And there is no stopping. We have complained enough. Our parents have complained and complained and complained. Our parents have called for political solution, and never listened. In this our generation, we have exhausted all means. And the only means we are heading for now is the armed struggle. And we are going back home. It is not our wish that we must pick up arms. But that has become the only alternative for us to go back home. And we are starting. We have started already, not started. The gates of hell have been opened. And mind you, there will be no election in Biafra land. The role you are going to play as a Biafran, any place you are, either you are home and abroad, make sure you pass the information to your people. Let them stay away from election, from their rallies, from whatever they are doing called election. Let them stay away. That's the only way to stay safe. Stay away from anything that has to do with the election. When they come for their campaign, their rally, don't give your home to them for any campaign. Do not accept any gift to them. Don't ride any motorbike, any motor, any bike, anyhow. Do not put their flag close to you. This is a straight warning. Don't keep any political party flag close to you. It doesn't matter the party. The party doesn't matter to us. Do not keep any political party flag around you. Do not give your home to them for any event. Don't rent your house to them. If they give you a car with their emblem, do not ride it. They give you a motorbike with their emblem, do not use it. They give whatever they give you with a party emblem. At this time that we're in, run away for your life. The angel of death is taking vengeance. We have lost people. We have lost so many people. The blood of the innocent is crying. The blood of innocent is crying. We just spoke about our Asaba massacre a few days ago. We have just finished remembering our people in our Asaba massacre. And recently, many of our brothers and sisters are still languishing in jail. Many of our brothers and sisters are still languishing in jail. And they are expecting you and I to release them. Because no man is going to release them. Many of my brothers, your brothers, our blood brothers are still languishing in jail as you are watching the video. Many of them are still in jail in the northern part of Nigeria. They are starving them in the northern part of Nigeria without any help, without any lawyer. They don't even go to court. And you are there, still silent and complaining. Let me tell you, the gate of hell have been opened. And we are going to take vengeance for every life that have been lost in Biafra land. We have cried enough. We complained, we cried, we called the United Nations, we called the world, and they wouldn't say they didn't hear. They heard us, but they refused to do anything. The United Nations have heard our cry, but they have refused to respond. They have office in the Zoological Republic, and they have seen the death that they have brought upon us. They have seen the carnage they brought upon us. They went and kidnapped our school leader, Mazen Nandekano, for no just cause. They went to Kenya against their own law. They call it United Nations law. Against United Nations law, the international law. They went against that law. They went to Kenya, kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. And the whole world is watching. Nobody's doing this. They don't do anything. All they try to do is come and issue statement. All they issued a statement, release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And do you think that the Zoological Republic will listen? They snub them because they know they're not serious. They snub them. What happened to sanctions? If they were serious, what happened to sanctions? What happened to sanctions? Omar Diko, attempt was made to kidnap Omar Diko in the United Kingdom. Omar Diko is not a citizen of the UK. Omar Diko is a criminal in Nigeria. But this late Muhammad Buhari went to Britain to kidnap Omar Diko. What happened? They stopped him from taking Omar Diko. And they gave sanction to Nigeria. So many people went to jail because of that. An attempt which didn't succeed. But their own citizen, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, has been kidnapped. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped from Kenya with their own passport and renditioned to Nigeria. And today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still on solitary confinement, suffering. And yet, the British are still sitting at the table, dining and eating with Nigeria. They don't care. They don't give a damn. You see where their interest comes. Why they were able to fight for Omar Diko, who is not a citizen, because he stole money and took to them. He stole money from the Zoological Republic and he ran to Britain, and Britain protected him. Because of their own interest, they protected him and made sure he was not renditioned. But their own innocent citizen, an innocent man who has not committed any crime, a man who has been preaching a message, preaching his gospel, even in their own land, Britain, for more than a decade, he has never been invited by the police a day. He has never been arrested. There has never been any crime found against him. That man went to Kenya, and they went to Kenya and kidnapped him, sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, and yet the whole world is watching. They pretend they're not saying it. They pretend they're not saying it. But when something happened in the West, including the idiots in the Zoological Republic who followed them and protest, you had the case of George Floyd. George Floyd died, and it was protest all over the world. United Kingdom state was turned up to that. UK was turned up to that. All the world, including the Zoological Republic, they were talking about George Floyd. But today, in Biafra land, people are massacred. The latest one of recent, the genocide they committed in Anambra State under Soludo. Innocent Biafra. The video went viral everywhere. Everybody saw the video. Where Biafrans, their hand were tied at the back and shot and thrown in the bushes. In Anambra State, under Soludo supervised the massacre of his people. No comments. Wike did his own in Obibo. Wike massacred Biafrans. No comment. Nobody did anything. The whole world saw it and they kept quiet. We complained and shouted and shouted. They kept quiet. And you think they're going to go free? We cannot continue to shout. We cannot continue to complain. It is high time we take action. And in that action is where we are. We are on the stage of taking action and we have moved. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made it clear. We have crossed the Rubicon. We have reached the stage of no return. And there's no going back. And my most joy is that today, the struggle is in the hand of a strong man. Somebody who is a replica of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody, a disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is building on the foundation of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, carbon copy. Not leaving any stone unturned. And when he says it, he means it. When he told us Wotowoto, when he gave the code, people thought it was a joke. All you got to do is to pay attention and watch and see what is going on. And it's going to be worst. It is going to be worst. The warning had been given for a very long time. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave that warning himself before he was kidnapped. That if you come to Biafra land to take the life of innocent people, you will never ever return alive. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made that prayer. And he said that any man, any woman that comes to Biafra land to take the life of Biafra people, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your location, any place you come from, and you step into Biafra land to take the life of Biafra people, you are going to pay dearly. You will not have a home to return to. You will not have a home to return to. That warning was given. And Master Simon still gave the same warning. Those of them who are being used as an instrument to destroy Biafran people have been warned several times. If you are the one that is being used, sent against Biafran people, run for your life, because the game has changed. It is no longer like when we are holding flag and crying. We can't cry anymore. We are in a full-time self-defense, and you know what that means. We are a full-time self-defense. You know what? In case you don't know what self-defense means, self-defense means using the equal measure of what the enemy is coming to you. Use the equal measure and face him. That is where we are today. You can't come to Biafra land and dance your Python dance and go. It doesn't happen. It can't happen again. It can't happen. Whatever you give to us, we'll give it back to you. If you give us one, we'll give you double. Anything you give to us, we bring to us, we give you double. That is the stage that the struggle is today. That is the stage the struggle have gotten to. It is no longer complain. Please like the video and share. Like, as you are joining the broadcast, you like and share on your own platform. Share in your WhatsApp group. Any place you belong, share the broadcast. It is a very sensitive time. A time that everybody must not miss any information. This is a time you must not miss any information. More especially people in Biafra land, you share and send to them. Send to them. If you are in Biafra land, share to your neighbors. Share to the WhatsApp group where you belong. Everybody must get the information. We are in a critical time. This time, you have to be security conscious. Any place you are in Biafra land, you must be security conscious. You must pay attention to your environment. If you see something, say something. If you see something, says it is no longer time to cry, to complain, to raise flag. No, we are not. Mazin Nadigan himself talked about it before he was kidnapped, that we should stop using flag. No more holding of meetings. No more meetings anywhere in Biafra land. No more flags. Today, Mazin Simon Epa, the spokesperson of Biafra, autopiloted by Chukwu Kabira himself, under the leadership of Mazin Nadigan, have said it, that today, the struggle have changed. That new dimension that Mazin Nandekano spoke about have been opened fully. The new dimension that Mazin Nandekano saw, he saw it coming. Mazin Nandekano that is why I love him so much. He is not just a leader. Mazin Nandekano is also our spiritual leader. Very, very spiritual. He sees things before they happen. And when he sees things, he recognizes, and he knows the importance of time. Mazin Nandekano knows the importance of time. He doesn't play with time. That was why, when we are getting ready to march, he saw the time. The very first time he wanted to make the call for time, it wasn't the time. He prepared us. We started the 150 days prayer, and he told us, after the 150 days prayer, something is going to happen, and we are going to march. We never knew what was coming. Before the end of the 150 days prayer, Mazin Nandekano was taken from our midst. Chukwu Okeke himself removed Mazin Nandekano and kept him somewhere for some evil men to be revealed. Because if we had marched with these evil men, if we had made a march with these evil men today that are singing everywhere, it would have been a very big disaster. If we have made a march with all these Ifa Junas everywhere, surrounding Mazin Nandekano, it would have been a very big disaster. But Chukwu Okeke, who sees in secret and open, saw what was coming, and he told Mazin Nandekano, hold on, take a rest. Let your disciple do this job. Mazin Nandekano is soft. Let me tell you, Mazin Nandekano have a soft, very, very soft, very loving and soft man. But today, the game have changed. Some of you see Simon Ekpa when he stays on your broadcasting and he'll be laughing, and you think he's just laughing. They have met hell. He has said it. Simon Ekpa has said that they have invoked the beast in him. They have called up the beast in him, and they are going to see it to the last. He said in his broadcast that you think you have seen threat, you think you have seen war, you haven't seen anything. Today, you are dealing with a combatant soldier, and you're going to see it. You are dealing with somebody who knows what happens in war. When he talks about guerrilla war, he knows what he's talking about. He's not just saying it. And Wotowoto everywhere. It is happening. All of you are getting the videos. We don't advertise such. We don't advertise any video. Neither are we going to please you to. We don't advertise such. There's no need for any advertisement this time. No need for any advertisement. The enemy will confess by themselves. The enemy of Biafra we begin to confess themselves. They begin to confess from their angle. They will confess. When the time comes, they are going to confess. We have crossed the Rubicon. If you are a Biafran, a genuine Biafran, this is the time you have to write your name in gold. Stamp your name, stamp your identity in this struggle. Put down your identity. Let me tell you, when Master Simon said that a time will come when the struggle will be autopiloted by Chukwu Okabiama, and he warned all these department of support to us to be careful of that time. And instead of them praying over it and being careful, they begin to attack him. Today, that day that he spoke about has come. Today, Chukwu Okabiama is autopiloting the movement. The original IPOB put in place by Master Nankan have been born, autopiloted by Chukwu Okabiama himself. And people are doing things, doing exploits. If you are watching this video, any place you are watching me from, let me tell you, don't wait for anybody. Don't wait for any commendation from anybody. Do not wait for any commendation or recommendation from anybody. Let me tell you, if you know that thing Chukwu Okabiama is putting in your heart that will support the coming of Biafra, go ahead and do it. If you know that thing that Chukwu Okabiama is touching your heart and telling you, do this, go, don't wait an inch. Don't wait for any approval. Go and do it. As long as it is genuine, as long as Chukwu Okabiama is putting that thought in your heart, go and begin to do it. Every one of us is important. Every one of us have a role to play. You have a role to play. I have every single one of us as Biafrans. Every one of us have a role to play. And it is not a joke. If it is a joke, think again. If you think it's a joke, think again. Every single one of us, we are important. As you are watching me and you are clicking like, you are sharing the video, you are playing a major role that you don't know what you are doing. You are playing a very great role. As you are sharing this video on various platforms, on various WhatsApp groups, and you are clicking like, you are playing a major role. If that is what you can place in your heart, continue to do it. If you are one of those who is on their knees on daily basis praying for Biafra, there are people, Master Nandakan have said it and explained it several times, there are people who are always on their knees. Some monks, some sisters, some reverend fathers, some pastors who are always on their knees praying for Biafra. My friend, pray more. Pray more. If that is where your call is, continue to pray more. If you're one of those in Biafra land who is conducting the sit at home, who is telling people, reminding people of sit at home, continue to sit. Whenever you hear it, tell your neighbors and sit at home. Don't move an inch. You are doing a great job. If you're one of those that Chukwu Okabiama have empowered financially, there are people that Chukwu Okabiama have placed this money in their hand and tell them, when the time comes, sponsor the freedom of people. Let me tell you, the Israelites sponsored their own freedom. The Israelites, they volunteered, they sponsored their own freedom. The Biafran people, we have billionaires. We have billionaires, silent words, billionaires. And let me tell you, it is Chukwu Okabiama that put that billions in your hand. He didn't put it for your own selfish. He didn't put that money in your hand for you to go and take title. He didn't put that money in your hand for you to use that and oppress your neighbor. He didn't give you that wealth to oppress your neighbor, to go and begin to take title, to go and answer some useless names. He gave you that wealth for you to stand for your people in a time like this. He gave you that wealth for you to stand for your people in a time like this. If you're one of those that is blessed financially, you better come out. You better come out. You are doing it for your own self. Go and write your name in gold. Support the ESN. Support the ESN. It is not compulsory that you must make it open. The website is there. The link on how to make the payment is there. Go there on your own. Don't wait until the day of fundraising when people will clap for you. Don't wait. Wait on your own. On your own. Go to that website and make your donation. If it is difficult for you, you can reach out to Simon Ekpa. You have his number. You can reach out to Madam Azoka. They have their number. These are human beings we are dealing with. It is no longer when you are dealing with people who are hiding under the keyboard. It is no longer time when you are dealing with invisible people hiding under the keyboard. You never see them. You don't even see their picture. So many of them who we are claiming to be there with Master Nandekano, hey, we are fighting. We have been there for donkey years. We have been there for million years. We were there with Master Nandekano when he started. Most of them, we don't even know their pictures. We don't even know their real name. We have not even seen them on video. You can't even see where they were working a broadcast on video. Some of them who claim to be in charge of finance, who claim to be in charge of this, we don't even see them. But today, we are dealing with human people you can be able to reach out to. People you can call on phone. You call them on phone and they will answer you. And every dime you commit, you are going to see the effect. They are accountable to you. You have the right to ask your questions. You have the right to bring your argument. If you have a superior argument, put it on the ground and it will be listened to. That is where we are. Let me tell you, we have crossed the Rubicon. Any seat that you hold today in Biafra struggle, hold it tight. If you don't hold it tight, someone else is going to take it away from you. And when they take it away from you, you might not be able to get it again. If you are a broadcaster, hold your sister, broadcast more. Send out the information when necessary. Send out the information. Say the right things. Use like it is not time to gossip. Forget about gossipers. Even if they come to your comment section, let them continue to write from morning till night. Pretend as if you don't see them. Pass the message. Even while they are there looking at you to comment evil, they are going to repent by force. Every single word you speak, as long as you're saying the truth, will continue to pierce their heart. Every single word you speak on your platform will continue to pierce their heart. It will be like arrow that you're choking on their heart because you are truthful. The stage we are now, it is not the time to begin to look at gossip. Master Samuel have made it clear that including our brothers and sisters who are standing against us, we don't give a damn about them anymore. When Biafra comes, we have a way to deal with them. When Biafra comes, there will be a law that we're going to review everything that we do. When Biafra comes, this video I'm making is going to stand for me. When Biafra comes, everything you are doing on your platform, if you like, you think maybe you go and delete it, will not see it. When you make your video, even before you finish, we have documented it already and keep for you for the time. We remove the video and keep it for you. So many people, Biafrans will remove the video and keep it for you until when the time comes. Every single thing we are doing today on social media will stand for us when Biafra comes. 2023. When Biafra comes in 2023, every single thing you and I are doing is going to stand for us. It's going to stand to speak for us. The way you supported all the platforms that are speaking truth, your comment you made there is going to be seen. It's going to stand. The way you supported evil, the way you supported people who were fighting against an innocent man, the way you were going underground, pushing all manner of lies and blackmail, it will be revealed. And your punishment is going to come to you. But if you are truthful and sincere, you have no reason to fear. You have no reason to look left and right. You'll be focused. And even if you are sleeping, they wake you. Where are you heading to? You tell them you're heading to Biafra land. That is the only destination we have today. It is either Biafra or Biafra. Either Biafra or Biafra. And we are going to take it by force. This time around, we are taking it by force. We have pleaded for a very long time. For more than a decade, Mazen Nandekan was pleading, begging, talking to the whole world about the situation of Biafra, explaining. We have always been explaining, and yet nobody is paying attention. Mazen Nandekan have been not only talking, he went by himself to the United Nations, yet they refused to listen. Instead, he was advised to go and start doing something. Somebody advised Mazen Nandekan that if you continue to write from today to tomorrow, they're not going to do anything. All you got to do is to go and start doing something. Once something begins to happen, the United Nations is going to come. And today, that very page has been opened fully. That is why I tell you, let me tell you, when you are hearing about United Nations this or Amnesty International this, they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. And if somebody is going to tell you they're going to call you terrorists, they know. They know you are not a terrorist. Even if they open their mouth and call, there are still people that has conscience among them. They know very well. They know the game they are playing. Including the Zoological Republic, including the British we are talking about. There are some of their citizens that know the right thing. Even in their House of Commons, there are people who are still there speaking up for the innocent, speaking up for that right. The light will always be, no matter how dark a place is, there will still be a light in it. Those people are still there. So if anybody is trying to remind you, oh, maybe they will call you a terrorist, they're going to call you a terrorist, don't do this. Tell that person what you call yourself, a freedom fighter. You are looking for your freedom. It is your right to seek for your freedom. As what the enemy calls you doesn't matter. The name the enemy gives you doesn't matter. What matters is what did you give yourself and what is your conscience telling you. Listen to your conscience at all times. What your conscience is telling you and what the name you give yourself is what matters. Let me tell you, who in his right senses we expect his enemy to give him a good name? Who in his right senses, you are expecting your enemy to give you a good name, to give you a beautiful name. Your enemy will always describe with a bad name. You give the dog a bad name to kill it. That is the way the enemy behave. They will always give the dog a bad name to kill it. But are you going to start it? If you allow them to succeed, it is your business. If you begin to chicken out because of what the enemy is saying, that is your own. But for we remain positive-minded. The autopiloted IPOB, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are focused. Consistency personified, as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put it. Consistency. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say it in all his broadcasts that consistency is the key. That is why today I am standing on the group and on the platform that have been very, very consistent from the day one. Very consistent, unchanging, unbribable. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used that word. He said, there are people who are unbribable. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, and when he said it, he proved it. He proved it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is one of the persons that have been tested and trusted in all angles, unbribable. What price haven't they given Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What kind of gift haven't they given him? What price? What amount? What haven't they given Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And he said, all I want is the freedom of my people. All I want is the freedom of my people. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was looking for his own personal interest, he wouldn't be in dungeon today. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is after his own selfish interest, he is not going to be in DSS. He's not going to be in DSS. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is after money, how much are you contributing? How much are you contributing that the Nigerian government cannot give him? Sometimes people, somebody that open their mouth and call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 419, they call him this, they call him. How much are you contributing that the Nigerian government cannot give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How much? How much are you contributing monthly? How much are you contributing that Nigerian government cannot bring it out and give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They have given him everything. Talk about monetary thing. They have given him, including posts, giving him all you well. He said, no. All I want is the freedom of my people. It is not about me. It is about my people. Because he had a good life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, well educated, had a good. He didn't come from a poor family. He's not from a poor family. He's living well, living large. He studied abroad, and he was living in the United Kingdom before he picked up the call that Wotowoto gave to him to rescue his people. And he answered that call with full heart until the Department of Saboteur decided to sell him out. And today, up till now, as you're watching the video, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still standing. Don't mind the propaganda they are pushing. When they get tired, they always look for a new propaganda to push. Today, you see their media putting their propaganda that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is seeking for political solution. Madness. You can only tell that to those who doesn't know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, including the world itself, United Nations itself. They know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because some of them have been sent to go and bribe him, and they didn't succeed. So when you are telling that your story that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying, you are only telling it to those your one Nigerians that want to be happy with anything they hear. When you say that, you only entice those one Nigerians that want to be happy with anything. They want to hear anything that can make them happy. Anything you say, they are just happy. They want to celebrate. They just want to hear a news. But for us, hardcore followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we know whom he is and what he wants. I know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you bring someone and say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this, I know. If he said it, I know. Just like the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He knows when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is giving order. That is why, from the very first time when they were saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this, he will just be laughing. Hey, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say we should stop the sit at home. But the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew very well that it wasn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was why when he was making his broker, he said, they said we should stop. Listen to me. They say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, well, but the Biafran people have changed. Biafran people say no. What am I going to do? I will support the Biafran people. That was what he said. And from then till today, he stands with the Biafran people. That is why finally he has become the spokesperson of Biafran people. And whatever he says goes. The Biafran people are listening to him. The Biafran people are listening to him far and wide from all over the world. They are paying attention to him. The more you blackmail him, the more you demonize him, the more you tell your lies against him, the more the platform is growing. Go and check. And the funniest thing is that these people cannot learn a lesson. These criminals, you see, when God wants to kill a man, he first of all make him deaf and dumb. If God want to kill a man, he will first of all make him deaf and dumb, just the way he did to Pharaoh. He first of all made Pharaoh deaf and dumb. Anything you say to Pharaoh, he doesn't want to. Pharaoh let Israelite go. He remained deaf and dumb. He didn't want to listen. With all the miracle that Moses did in the presence of Pharaoh, Pharaoh refused to let the Israelites go. He refused to let them go. All the miracle, no amount of miracle that he didn't do. Miracle from all corners. And yet, Pharaoh's ears was closed. He didn't listen. Until when he saw the gate of hell. When he saw the gate of hell, death was brought upon him. That was when he had no choice but to let the people of Israel go. And today, eventually, the Zoological Republic have opened the gate of hell. And Chukwu Okike will invoke death upon them. And they have no choice than to let us go. When Chukwu Okike will kill a man, he first will make him deaf and dumb. The same thing happened to Nebuchadnezzar, as we saw in the Bible. Nebuchadnezzar was so stubborn and dumb. He couldn't listen. He challenged his own God. He challenged God. He challenged God to a quest. Until when he became an animal. Then he got it right. We are dealing with another Pharaoh in this generation. We are up against another Pharaoh in this generation. Another Pharaoh. We are facing another Pharaoh in this generation. And if you think it's a child's play, think again. Mazen Nanekano made it clear. If you don't understand the struggle, you should be able to understand the word of Mazen Nanekano, that the Biafran struggle is, Biafra is the last miracle on planet Earth to tell you how difficult it's going to be. But at the end of the day, he said that Chukwu Okike Abiama will do it in such a way that no man will take the glory. That is why when Mazen Kamon is saying that Biafra is going to come in 2023, I believe it 101%. When Mazen Kamon opened his mouth and said that Biafra is coming in 2023, I believe it 100%, because Mazen Nanekano himself said it before then. Mazen Nanekano said in 2022 the zoo will be destroyed. What does that mean? By 2023 we are home. Mazen Nanekano laid that foundation. And it doesn't matter what you say or what you do. Each time I hear Mazen Simon say that, I key into it. And that is what every Biafran has to be confessing. That is what every one of us is supposed to be confessing. That in 2023 we are going home. It doesn't matter. It is not just a confession. It is something they're going to have. It is better you believe it. Because let me tell you, people that doubted in the past, none of them were able to see those things happen. For those of us who are Christian, I know many Biafrans are Christian. So many Biafrans are Christian. Many people who have doubted the word of Chukwu Okike Abiama in the past, they didn't live to see it. That is why it is dangerous to doubt. Mainly when you see a message coming from somebody who has been anointed. When you see a message coming from an anointed person, be very careful. Be very careful in your doubt. Doubt is a very deadly thing. That when you doubt the presence and power of God, that the power of Chukwu Okike Abiama, a time will come when that thing will happen. You will hear it, but you will not smell it. You will hear it, you might see it, but you will not enjoy it. That is why you must mind what you say and how you go about it. A lot of revelation have been coming. Mazen Nanekano made so many revelations. And today, even some pastors are making revelations about the coming of Biafra. And yet, some people are still doubting. It is very dangerous to doubt the word of Chukwu Okike Abiama. If you are a genuine Biafran that is after freedom, a genuine Biafran that is praying the way I'm praying for us to be free, what you have to do, whenever you see somebody confess that we are going home in 2023, you key in with your faith into that word and speak it, because it is real. It is real. It is going to come. Whether you agree, you don't, it is going to come. I myself personally, I have been living Biafra for a very long time. I live Biafra, I smell Biafra, I eat Biafra, I breathe Biafra every minute of my life. I have no other life apart from Biafra. I breathe it. That is why when I hear somebody say that Biafra is coming tomorrow, I don't have any doubt, because I know it is here already. I don't have any doubt. When I hear somebody confessing that Biafra is coming, my mind rejoices, because I know it is a reality. But you that keep asking questions, how is it going to happen? How true is it? What do you have on the ground? What airplane and jet fighter do you have? What is it? Let me tell you. they trust in chariot, but we trust in the name of Chukwukabiama. They trust in their chariot and their horses, but we trust in the name of Chukwukabiama. That is where we trust. And the gods of our land are with us. And when I say we trust in the name of Chukwukabiama and the gods, it doesn't mean that we will not go on our self-defense. Already, you know that we are on our self-defense. We are not dumb. And we cannot run faster than Chukwukabiama. Chukwukabiama is leading the cause. Why he's leading? We are doing our own part as human. Every loopholes that is in the human form, we are going to dismantle them. Every hindrances in human form, it is we, human, that will dismantle it. Chukwukabiama has given us Biafra already. Mazen Nanekano made that speech. He said, after his parents was taken out, after his parents were taken away because of the struggle as a sacrifice, Chukwukabiama told him, this is Biafra, go and take it. And he thought it was a joke. The only thing that we have on our way is a human hindrance. That is why the self-defense have to be activated fully. And that is why you and I, we must support the ESN. We must. It is a must. It is a must for every Biafran to pay attention. Support the ESN. The volunteers are there already. We have more than enough men. We are not recruiting anymore. No recruitment anyway. We have more than enough men who are on the ground waiting. All they need is the equipment. And who are going to provide it? It is you and I. We are going to provide it. Then, when we have all these things in place, let me tell you, Chukwukabiama will lead and will follow. Chukwukabiama will lead, will follow. He will build a wall of fire around us and our men. Every physical obstacle will be taken out. Every physical obstacle will be taken out. And you will see Biafra before your own very eye. Just like Martin Luther King said, the last miracle of the earth will happen. And nobody is going to take the glory. Only Chukwukabiama will take the glory. Only him will continue to take glory, just the same way he took glory in the past. It is not easy. For a little place like Biafra land, we fought against the whole world. The whole mighty men in the world who fought against Britain, US, Russia, came together to attack Biafrans. For good 3 years. And we survived it. They took away the Zoological Republic, took away everything our parents have worked for. No matter the number of billions, because right from origin, we have been the holders of the economy of the Zoological Republic. From origin, even before independence, we have been the ones holding the economy of the Zoological Republic in Biafra land. The Biafran people have been on top. Not the Dangote that they stole money and gave. Not the Dangote that is running the stolen money. Before ever they begin to know what is called money, the people who had legitimate money, who are in control of the wealth in that is the Biafran people. The father of Dim Olumogojugu was the richest in Nigeria then, during his own time. Was the richest. Nobody dashed him money. It wasn't government money. He was a trader. And they can't take it away from us. They can't take it away from us. We are blessed people. And that is why they are mad. After they have taken every single thing that we had, no matter the amount of money, most of us have billion in the bank then, they gave them 20 pounds. 20 pounds. Today, you can see the product of 20 pounds. Go to Abuja, that's the same, they are Abuja, that same uses Abuja. Go to Abuja, you will see the product of 20 pounds. 80% of the skyscrapers you see they are owned by those people you gave 20 pounds. Go to Lagos State. Lagos State, 80% of the properties in see Lagos State are owned by those people you gave 20 pounds. The same way it is in other states. But is that going to stop us from going back home? It is not going to stop us. Liar. It will not stop us from going back home. We are going. It will not stop us. No matter what anybody is doing, no matter their strategy, no matter what anybody says, it is not going to stop us from going home. We are going to go home. It can't stop us. If you think that hotel you build in Abuja, that hotel you build in Kano or Sokoto will make us, that your bakery you are running in the north will make us to stop fighting, you are joking. You are a joker. You are a joker. You are a joker. The struggle of Biafra have entered on a different dimension. The new dimension have opened fully. It's left for the advice have been coming for a very long time. If you are in the north, you can't stand the pressure. Relocate. If you can't relocate, stand the pressure over there. Face and take yourself over there. Secure yourself over there. Even if we break out of Nigeria, it doesn't mean that you cannot go there and have business. You can equally have business anywhere you want to have business. Even after we have Biafra, any place you choose to have, if you still choose to be in the north and do your business, you can do there. But what is going to happen in that time is that you will know their law and obey their law. Get their visa, get into their country, obey every single law they have, and do your business and come back. There are still people today, Biafrans, that are doing their business in Saudi Arabia. There are Biafrans that are doing their business in Iraq, doing their business in Iran, doing their business in all Muslim countries, doing their legitimate business, and they do it peacefully, make their money, and they come back. As you are watching this video, the Israelites, they are doing business in all parts of the world. The Israelites have business in every part of this world. They have their business in all countries of the world, including the Arab nation that said that they hate Israel. Israel businessmen are doing business that they have. When you count 2-3 investments, one of the highest investment in that country will be a Jew. The Jewish have business all over the world. But did it stop them from having their own nation? Did it stop them from having a Jewish nation? It doesn't stop them from having a Jewish nation. They have their nation, a place they run back to. A place after making their business or making their money, they go back. That is why you see Israel is formidable today. No matter how little they are, still, you can't stand them in any way. Talk about economically, financially, in any way. They are one of the world powers. Talk about any latest weapon you can talk about today, they will produce it and they have it in the stock. They have weapons that have the latest one to protect themselves, even though they are the chosen people of God. These are the people that Chukwu Okikabiyama mentioned by himself, my own chosen nation. A chosen nation for Chukwu Okikabiyama. And yet, they didn't fold their hand and say, oh, because we're a chosen nation, we don't protect ourselves. They never said so. They never said, because we are a chosen nation, we will not protect ourselves. We will not fight again. We will not defend our land. Even for being a chosen nation, it has given them more responsibility to protect themselves. And for you, Biafran, that is why you have more responsibility to fight for yourself. It is because you are chosen. It is because you are chosen in Africa. You are chosen in Africa. That is why all eyes is on you. Because you are a chosen nation, that is why all eyes is on you. You cannot hide. All eyes is on you. That is why everybody is attacking you, oppressing you, trying to get one thing or the other from you. Because you are the light. You are shining. They are seeing you. They are seeing your exploit. Even in their greed and their jealousy and hatred, they know what you are up to. They know what you can do. They know what you can do. They know you can make a dry bone rise. They confess it. They know it. Even with all their hatred, with all their wickedness, with all their pride, with all their demonization of you, they know that you are a different person, that you can change things. That is why you must not look down on yourself. Don't put yourself down. You're supposed to lift yourself up and be proud of who you are. And that has brought more responsibility on my shoulder, on your shoulder. As you are watching me, you will have more responsibility. And you must have to stand up. Stand up. Stand up and stop sleeping. Stand up. Today, we thank Chukwu Okikabiyama, who gave us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought the message. Brought the message that woke up the sleeping lion, all the sleeping lions. They woke up. He didn't only stop in Biafra land. Even our Oduduwa brothers, they are doing exploit today. Our Oduduwa brothers, our Oduduwa neighbors, they are doing exploit today. Going on their own direction. Creating their own direction on how to be free from the Zoological problem. We must not pass the same channel. It is not compulsory that we must not pass the same, but at least we have an agreement with them. We are pursuing the same cause. We have a united force with them. It is not compulsory we must pass the channel. They are doing a great exploit on their own side. The Middle Belters are also warming up and doing their own part. Including the Hausas. The Hausas have woken up. I have seen several videos where Hausas are complaining, where Hausas are forming their formidable force. Hausas are fighting. You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, that when the thing that will happen after Biafra have left, that even the Hausas are going to fight the Fulanis and make sure they push them out. And it's going to happen. That even the Hausas cannot take it anymore. A time we can win the Hausas. Why? You see why everybody is just calm and enduring? It's because of because they say a man that has more than one wife, that hunger will kill him. A man that has 2 wives or 3 wives is dying of hunger. And you be imagining, how can a man that has so many wives be dying of hunger? The problem why a man that has so many wives will have a problem is that each of the wife will be thinking that this one have fed him. This one will think that maybe this one is going to cook today. This one will think this one is going to cook today. This one will think, because it is maybe he has eaten already. Meanwhile, the man is dying of hunger. He has not eaten. Everyone is looking at each other. You will be the one to cook. You will be the one. You will be the one. I thought he has eaten, and they will leave the man. He died in hunger. That is what is happening in the Zoological Republic. Because now everybody feel that it's not only me. It's not only me. After all, the Igbo people are suffering more. We at least they give us vice president. At least they give us vice president. At least when we reach to port and they allow us to pass. At least they allow our goods to pass. At least. And for that, you sell your conscience. And for that, you no longer care. And for that, you don't give a damn on what happens. Sorry. Your own situation is going to be worse. Let me tell you, the Igbo Biafrans have grown a thick skin. The Biafran people have seen it all. We have seen it all. We have seen it all. So if you are one of the one Nigerians who is pleased, you are pleased with the situation because other people are suffering along with you. It's not only you. And because other people are suffering along with you, you are enjoying the suffering. We can't be that kind of people. The Biafrans are not that kind of people. Biafrans are bold. We speak up when we need to speak. We call a spade, call evil. And that is why people say we are loud. We are not just loud. The only reason why they call us loud or they say we are domineering is because when we see evil, we don't keep silent. When we see evil, we are not silent. We tackle it and we call it evil. We see evil, we call it evil. We can't keep silent. And that is why everybody is scared. That is why people are looking down on us. That is why people are thinking one thing or another. But are we going to stop? We are not going to stop. We are going home. If you are watching me, share the video on your platform. Share to family and friend. Click like. As you're clicking like, you're inviting people. Click like. And also, you can go and follow my Facebook page. I also broadcast on my Facebook page, King David Exploit Expose. Every day I broadcast on that place, and I will broadcast here also, 5 p.m. Biafran time on my YouTube channel. And on Facebook, I broadcast earlier. It is not time to be silent. It is not time to be looking at your shoulder. It is not time to be blackmailing. It is not time to begin to consider what James will say or what Jeremiah will say. It is time for you to take your freedom by yourself. And that is what we are doing. We have crossed the Rubicon. And the gate of hell has been opened. The gate of hell has been opened. There is nothing any man can do to stop the coming of Biafra. The more you try, the more you fail. There is nothing any man born of a woman can do to stop the coming of Biafra. That time have come, the appointed time. And thank you that we are dealing with men who know what time is all about. Mazin Nandekano knows what time is, and he follows time. And today, Mazin Simon Epa, the disciple of Mazin Nandekano, knows exactly what the time is, and he killed him. You know, when I make my broadcast, when I say that Mazin Simon Epa is not saying not anything that we now have before. He is not doing anything extraordinary from what Mazin Nandekano. Every single thing he's doing is what Mazin Nandekano have put in place. Mazin Simon Epa is building on the foundation of Mazin Nandekano fully. Most of the things you see, most of the cans is open today are the cans that Mazin Nandekano is supposed to open, but because of the department of saboteurs who are around him, surrounded him, and never allow him to move, Mazin Nandekano is not one person. He's just one person. He cannot be doing it all. These people caged him. They caged him so much that they don't allow any genuine person to come closer to him. They don't allow anybody that's genuine. Once they sense you that you come there with your heart to fight for the other genuinely, they will fight you, they will blackmail you, they will tell a man of lie. Mazin Nandekano is a human being. He's not a spirit. But today, thank Chukwu Okike that the new dimension, the dragon, is now taking charge. And there is no stopping. Mazin Nandekano told us that the dragon flag has been raised. And the dragon flag cannot come down until Biafra come. Mazin Nandekano say, you know, sometimes we don't remember things. That is why when you hear Mazin Simon Ekpa speak in certain form, you think he's boasting or he's saying something different. These are things that Mazin Nandekano have said. He is building on that same foundation, and that is why I love him. That is why I adore him. That is why I listen to him. He is building every single statement he's made. You will see that statement planted in the word of Mazin Nandekano that he has said in the past. Every single statement he made, planted on the word of Mazin Nandekano. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us that when you raise arm, you don't bring it down. In a struggle, once you raise arm, you will never bring it down until you are done. You don't do that. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, when you raise the dragon flag will never go down until Biafra comes. And immediately Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped all those church rats, all those blackmailers, all those saboteurs who claim to be freedom fighters. They began to chase shadow. They began to chase money. Even those who were not involved in the kidnap, after the kidnap, they saw that it was a chance for them to begin to extort money from Biafrans. And they began to fight themselves and begin to position themselves on how to steal from Biafrans, how to steal money. And when Mazi Simon Ekpa was making that revelation, some people thought it was a propaganda. When Mazi Simon Ekpa was talking about the career agitators, talking about them, you thought, many of us thought it was just a blackmail. But today, you have seen videos where they are confessing. You see video where they are confessing, where every one of them was confessing on what they planned, on what they did, how they stole money, how they sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how they took money to stop the sit at home. Everything is now on the air. How they pay people to broadcast. Just as I'm broadcasting every single day, but they were paying people to broadcast. They were paying people hard-earned money of Biafran people. They pay it to them for them to broadcast 3 times in a month. 3 times in a month. People broadcasting 3 times a month. They were paid monthly. And they are giving bonus. This is the evil they have been performing. This is how they were thinking they were fighting for freedom, but they were not. Today, in the autopiloted IPOB, we have a media force. A media force, every one of us broadcast every day on our own, unpaid. We sponsor ourselves. We buy our network. We put our Wi-Fi. You cannot broadcast effectively if you don't have a Wi-Fi. Every major broadcaster you see, we don't use what they call it data. We don't use phone data. Wi-Fi, we sponsor the Wi-Fi, we pay for it, we do it on our own. We build our platform on our own. We strengthen it, we do all the necessary things and back it up on our own. Without sponsorship, and we are not demanding for anyone, because it is something that concerns me and you. It is about me. It is about it. I'm not doing it for anybody. I am doing it for myself, for my unborn children, for my unborn generation. I want to write my name in gold. And when Biafra come, my video will be seen as one of those who was talking when Biafra has not come. My unborn children will see it. Yes, my grandfather, he was one of those who spoke for Biafra issue. He was a broadcaster then. That is the history I want to make. Nobody need to pay me for it. If somebody comes to the platform and show appreciation, it's a different thing. If you're broadcasting and somebody come there and show appreciation, just like so many Biafrans used to do, when you're broadcasting, they can come and give you super chat and do. It's an appreciation. It is not compulsory. It's not mandatory for people to do that. You don't mandate people to do that. You don't call for it. Biafrans on their own can decide to support you. It is their wish. They do it. But the agitators, the career agitators, we have had a confession from them that they were paying people to go and broadcast 3-4 times in a month. And ask me, what are they broadcasting? What they broadcast is blackmail, to blackmail their brother, talk against their brother. Just go and talk lie against their brother. Just go, open Facebook and begin to talk lie against your own brother. And begin to talk trash. Trash that they cannot even back up. They can't even back it up. But today, I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that Chukwu Okike Abiama himself, by himself, is in charge today. He is the one in charge of the struggle. It is no longer business as usual. It is not like before when you come, you lie from east to west. No, your lie cannot hold water anymore. I told people that the state that Biafra is, that the state of struggle, the state that we are now, it is not time to begin to look at your shoulder or look at the relevant people. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. At this time, I used to tell them, all these people, all these clowns, everything have a stage by stage. There was a time when the struggle of Biafra was on just a propaganda. There was a time when the struggle of Biafra was just on noise making. Come and make noise. Let people hear our voice. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to manage it that time. He was able to manage. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opened the door for everybody. As long as you can be able to talk, just come and begin to shout Biafra, shout Biafra, shout Biafra, shout Biafra. Let the world hear our voice. And those people then, they did their job. Every single one of them, I still applaud them. They did a role, but that stage have passed. On this stage now, if you know you don't have a role to play this stage, you quietly step aside and allow the people that have a lot of things on their brain to begin to talk. Since you have exhausted your experience, you have exhausted your brain, there are people who their head is still loaded. They have not offloaded anything. There are people whom their head is still fully loaded. This is their time to speak. Allow them to continue to unleash what they have for the people to hear. That's the right way to go. So why are you jittering? Why are you angry? Why are you envious? Why are you jealous? You have done your own part. Thank you very much. God bless you. Chukwokama bless you. Step aside quietly. Let the other people go. And let me tell you, these things are stage by stage. Division of labor. There are step by. When Biafra comes, maybe I will not be there to speak anymore. When Biafra comes, I might not find myself in any place at all when Biafra comes. But I will be happy that yet Biafra come. I will go back and sit back and relax. There are people who are not talking today. There are people who you haven't even heard their voice one day. But when Biafra come, when you come to the administrative part of Biafra, they will be the one to play a major role. Are you going to say because you are a noise maker in the media, you will not allow the people who participate in administrative this thing come and do their work? Are you going to say because you were making noise online, you will not allow the people who knows better about the administrative part of Biafra to perform? Simply because you were showing your face on the video. You will not allow people who knows better when it comes to administration. You are mad. You are sick then. You only invite destruction to yourself. Everybody, it is a division of labor. When your own time comes to play your role, and after that you leave the space. After then you leave it. What I'm doing today, a time might come when there will be no need for me to be saying all this. There might be no need for me to broadcast. Then I step aside. Those who their own chapter have opened, we take over. You don't have to be jealous about it. You don't have to fight about it. You don't have to cry about it. All you got to do your own, and let others do their own. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every single one of us that are fighting for this struggle up to today. Any place you are watching me from, mainly people watching from Biafra land, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect you and secure you. No weapon of the enemy will have power over you. No weapon formed or fashioned against you, no bullet of the enemy will touch you in Biafra land. As long as you are standing on the righteous word, you are standing on the truth, you are standing on the right path, autopiloted, no bullet of the enemy will touch you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every Biafran all over the world. No matter the part of the world where you are, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will guide and protect you and secure you. You are not only going to see Biafra, you will step your foot in Biafra land and you will celebrate with us and raise the flag with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If you are watching and you're from Oduduwa land, Oduduwa will definitely come. It doesn't matter what anybody says. All you got to do is to key in, join your people. Oduduwa will come and you will celebrate in Oduduwa land. If you're from the Middle Belt, pursue your freedom genuinely with all your heart. It is going to come. It's going to come. If you are from any part of the world and you are genuinely seeking for your freedom, of your own freedom, or freedom of your people, you will see freedom in your lifetime. Definitely you will see freedom. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect Sunday Igboho. Wherever he is, secure him, give him strength to continue to pilot the ship until Oduduwa comes. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect our men on the ground, our able men who has volunteered their life, who are ready, people that gave their life. Do you know what it is for somebody to give his own life? How much, you that is watching me, how much can somebody pay you to give your life? How much can somebody pay you to go and give your life? How much? How much does your life worth? You cannot buy any life. You can't buy life with money. But some volunteers in Biafra land gave their life for you and I, for us to have a hope. They gave their life up. And most of them are giving their life and falling on daily basis because of you and I. All you got to do is to support them. And you are not doing so. People are dying because of you and I. Because of you and I. We are talking and we are here. People are dying. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect them. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to secure them. No weapon of the enemy will penetrate them. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama create a wall of fire around them. No weapon of the enemy should penetrate on them. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect them. If you are in any part of the world, this is the time to show your support. Pray for our gallant men on the ground. Pray for our ESN. Continue to pray for them on a daily basis. Support them financially. Support them materially. Support them morally. Any way you can support them, please do not hesitate. This is a very critical time. A very critical time. A time that you will not blink and itch. A very, very critical time. and we must wake up and fight this battle once and for all. After 2023, we will not have any reason to begin to beg anymore. We will have not any reason to continue to run helter-skelter, to be scared of ourselves anymore. The time has come for us to defend our land. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our ESN. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our brother Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra. May Chukwu Okike continue to increase his mental toughness. May Chukwu Okike continue to give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Increase him, continue to increase him. May Chukwu Okike build a wall of fire around him, surround him. No weapon of the enemy will penetrate him. It doesn't matter how they try. They will try 100 times and they will fail 1,000 times. Any hand that will rise against Mazi Simon Ekpa, anybody, it doesn't matter whom you are going to be destroyed. Just like the people who have tried already have gone oblivion. If you try, you are going to be destroyed. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We commit our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into the hand of Chukwu Okike. Wherever he is, wherever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is at this moment, we surround him with the fire of Chukwu Okike. Let the doctors of Chukwu Okike continue to minister to him, continue to monitor him, continue to minister to him every single minute. No drug, no evil, no poison placed in the blood of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will take effect. No poison placed in the body of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will take effect. Chukwu Okike will continue to send doctors spiritually to minister to him, and he will be healed. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate everybody who have been on this program. I am going to join the Autopilot media group. We are going to have a broadcast very soon. We are having a broadcast in a few hours. We're going to have a broadcast. I'm not we're going to have a broadcast. I'm going to join them. That's why I have to go off now and take some rest before I join them. So please join us on Autopilot Media. The Autopilot Media is having a joint broadcast. Please join us over there. We are going to be there to continue broadcasting and be sending information to all Biafrans. If you are still there, kindly join. We are going to continue tomorrow. Remember, every day, 5 p.m. Biafra time. Join me here. 5 p.m. Biafra time. If you have time, please do come on and join. Because when we gather together like this and send information, it will make it to go wide. More people get information. This is a time to disseminate information. Every information is important. If you have not joined our brother Simon Ekpa on Twitter, go to Twitter and follow Mazi Simon Ekpa. Go to Twitter. He is tweeting almost every minute. He's sending information so that he can be updated. Follow him on his evening broadcast. Anytime he comes to broadcast, follow him. Listen to 97.5 FM, Voice of Biafra. If you are in Biafra land, listen to Voice of Biafra for you to get update. This is a very critical time, a sensitive time. You must not leave any information. Keep every information to yourself and try to circulate information also. Make sure that your neighbors, your brothers and sisters hears. We have to be our brother's keeper at this point in time. That was how we survived the Civil War. We were our brother's keeper, sharing things together, being together. Today, we have to activate that same spirit of sharing among us. The only way they can overcome us is when they divide us. But they will not succeed. A time has come that we must go home, and we will go home. No matter what they do, they will try, but they will fail. We will continue. They will kill us. We will kill them. But at the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. And remember this, I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike. Please join us on the joint media broadcast if you have your time. Tomorrow also I broadcast on my page. If you can join me on my Facebook page, I broadcast on my Facebook page, King David Exploits Expose. Go and check it out. King David Exploits Expose. I broadcast there every day. And I broadcast here 5 p.m. Biafra time on daily time. Thank you so much. I remember this. See you again. Bye-bye.
We are dear friends, nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. Pretend divided us during colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Naturally, we down educationally, we are loaded. Mentally, you can check around the world. Mbanoga kelele, mama and papa can go see different things. Because kelele, anywhere you from, around the world. Mbanoga kelele, come and see who we are. Because kelele, Nemboa, Janoga kelele, you are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. It's a bono you ever been see you are welcome. Anywhere you from, around the world, come and see who we are. You are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. You're from Wotowoto, everybody say you are welcome. Quality education, we can be partners. If you're ready for innovation, Macanina,